These are the scenes that welcomed one into the affected village of Jebu in Riom local government area of Plateau State early Tuesday morning. The village was thrown into shock and mourning when they started their machetes and their houses set ablaze.
Around 3 a.m., this community was attacked by CAS, and of course we thought the place was going to be protected, as the security men from the Sector 6 came with 2 gun trucks, and I was satisfied that my people are well protected.
Sincerely, it is very sad and unfortunate that up to today these things have not come to an end. You have just witnessed, you've gone around together here, you've seen this yourself, 27 people lying down.
While security personnel from different agencies were seen on the ground, the locals blamed them for late response, alleging complicity.
In fact, there was an early warning information, but we called. We didn't get a response. If to say the security responded at the time we called them, this wouldn't have happened.
This is part of the collusion and the complicity of the security agents that have been sent to respond to a distress call, but they couldn't, and it led to this. The present STF commander, the sector commander, that is here in Rio, sincerely we're not comfortable with this man. We must commend the STF operatives that were stationed at SOAP, because if not that they have stood their ground, the actually fatality would have been higher than this.
The dead were said to have been taken away for burial, while their loved ones left to mourn them make their demands known.
In other climes, you have the federal police, you have the state police, and you have county police. Even universities in other climes have their own police system. And until we begin to do this and forget about whatever resources we will spend and protect lives and properties of citizens, we will be doing nothing.
I am calling on the governor as the chief security of this state. He should do something to Riom local. He should do something to these people. People are becoming homeless. People are becoming fatherless. People are becoming motherless.
If these killings continue like this and government did not take any action on it, we will definitely tell the youth what to do. And they should not blame us at the end of the day of what we are telling our members to do. Why? Because we will not continue to die in the hands of people helplessly.
Now it's what has happened here today. Not only the aged, the youth, babies, toddlers were all affected. They were. What they're asking for, I'm sorry doing this, but what they're asking for is that justice be done, that government, security agencies, and every other person or agency responsible to maintain peace and security of what lives and property should sit up and do the needful for the safety of both human lives and their property. In Riom local government area for New Central, Chizoba Aniowe.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, of course, depending from where you're hearing my voice from. This is the Biafra Golden Child, and I'm super elated at every opportunity, to talk Biafra, to discuss Biafra, to bring great awareness of Biafra. I'm super happy that Biafra is moving on. The United States of Biafra, the USB, is moving on. And we are working strongly until a desired end. Nothing will derail us, nothing will scare us, nothing will inhibit us, because it's forward ever and backward never. That's the way it is for the USB. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome this morning. Thank you for your feedbacks. Thank you for your comments. It motivates us. It pushes us on. It makes us know that yes, people are listening. People are interested in Biafra. People want Biafra, the USB, to succeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yeah, I want to bring a major attention this morning to a happening, that happened since on Monday. Yes, we heard about the deleting of over 27. Now, current press say over 37 persons were deleted, and many more were injured. you know, and there have been those that are injured have been taken to several hospitals. Where is this happening? Where is this happening, ladies and gentlemen? In case you don't know, in case you don't know, it is happening in Jos Plateau State. At least 27 farmers, including men and women, have been reportedly, sent to the great beyond on a fresh attack by gunmen in Bindi Jebu of the Tahos community in Rinyom local government area of Plateau State. Villagers said the attack, which occurred on Monday, also left many people injured, with several rushed to hospitals, including the Just Teaching Hospital and the Plateau Hospital. As usual, the security operatives are silent about this, and the spokespersons of Operation Safe Haven and the State Police Command continue to, dilly-die about commenting on the issues. But the national president of Berom Youth Molders, the national president of Berom Youth Molders Association, Daliop Solomon, confirmed the killings to Punch Metro in Jos on Tuesday. According to him, the government, suspected to be members of the Fulani ethnic group, stormed the community, shooting sporadically and setting several houses ablaze. 27 persons were killed instantly and many were injured. We have taken the bodies to different hospitals before the burial. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, this attack has once again highlighted the security challenges in Plateau State, where communities have been targeted by armed groups in recent times. It has also sparked concern and outrage, with many calling for increased security measures to protect the lives and property of citizens. Plateau State government had last week recruited 150 new agro rangers as part of efforts to address the security challenges facing the state. Yeah. Meanwhile, in a statement later on Tuesday evening by the Secretary General of Berom Youth Molders Association, Bature Ilea Adazaram, and the National President Solomon Daliop, the association condemned the attack, attributing it to armed Fulani groups from Bangai Fulani, Ganawuri, and other places. According to the youth group, the attack occurred between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. on Tuesday and was facilitated by the alleged complicity of security agents. The association expressed great disappointment in the reinforcement team's inaction despite prior knowledge of the planned attack. What happened in Jebu this morning is the usual Fulani crime against humanity, deliberately carried out under the watch of some security agents who are said to have been compromised by colluding with the attackers. That's what the youth leader said. And they continued. The Beyond Youth Movement, during an on-the-spot assessment at the scene of the attack, eyewitnesses under anonymity commended the unit commander of Operation Safe Haven, stationed at SOP, for their gallantry demonstrated in repelling the attackers, from one end, but also registered their loss of confidence in the reinforcement team of the OPSH that came and stationed itself by the crossroad where the massacre was perpetrated, even up to 6 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, the idea of highlighting this story, yes, it's not in Biafra land. Yes, it's not in the East. Yes, it does not concern in the Igbo. But of course, this is in the same zoo called Nigeria. This is in the same zoo called Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, my word of advice, this is going to be a short audio. It's going to be a short audio. But my word of advice is, with what is happening now in the Middle Belt, especially Kaduna State, especially Plateau State, especially Benue State, and parts of Kogi State, especially the Christian aspects of those areas, we see a high incidence of Fulani jihadists, hitting, killing, maiming, bombing, and unaliving so many innocent people, especially farmers and Christians in their communities. And we see, an attempt by security operatives, even by the state governments, in their security arrangements, we see a sort of lopsided security architecture in some of these states because of what is perceived to be a compromise. There seems to be a collusion. There seems to be a compromise between the Fulani jihadists and the people in power. Because of course, when these things happen, you find out that state governors, including their security apparatus and architecture, are overrun. And when they come, hours, of course, after the mayhem has been done, hours, of course, after the harm has been done, hours, of course, when a whole community has been set ablaze, that's when they come and they begin to run helter-skelter, pretending to be overzealously looking, scampering around for Fulani jihadists, for the marauders, for the kidnappers, for the killers. But of course, the whole community has become fully very disappointed, frustrated, and totally, have disassociated themselves from any government related security apparatus. Yes, because of course these people come, the Fulani jihadists come to a community and they act with random. They randomly begin to act in manners that show a lot of confidence, that confirm that yes, nobody can save you. I mean, they're like, we will do everything, we will live here, nobody can save you. And so innocent citizens are butchered, randomly and wantonly destroyed. Their farmlands, burnt down, their communities burnt down, their farmlands ravaged, their women, raped multiple times, gang raped, and most of them carried away as booty for the Fulani, the Hadis that have, run down their communities. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about time we encourage people like this. Yes, we encourage these middle belt people, to look onto Biafra. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall encourage them, and we encourage them through this medium. Look unto Biafra. Biafra has taken its fate in his hand. We have taken our destiny in our hand. We formed the USB. We redeclared the United States of Biafra because it was very glaring. We were fully bewildered by the fact that the zoo government can no longer guarantee our freedom. The zoo government can no longer guarantee our security. Even our so-called state governors, yes, they have lost their mind. Everybody is now fully engulfed in palpitations towards the 2027 elections. Nobody is interested anymore whether their communities are burnt, whether their people are slaughtered like cattle. Nobody cares whatever happens in their community. People are kidnapped every day. People are smuggled. Bodies are harvested. The communities are burned down. Nobody cares because all the leaders, all the governors, all the legislators, all they want is re-election come 2027. And so in the USB, United States of Biafra, we've taken our own decision. Forward ever, backward never. In Biafra we believe. Biafra we hope on. Biafra has become for us the final destination. And so I encourage these people, Kaduna, these people in Plateau State, in Benue State, these people that have become every other day that experience every other day attacks from Fulani jihadists to brazen up, rise up for your slumber. It's about time you have people like Simon Ekpa. Get somebody like Simon Ekpa within the Plateau community. Get someone like Simon Ekpa within the Benue community. Get someone like Simon Ekpa. People who can sacrifice everything. People who can sacrifice their life, their well-being, their families, their careers, successful careers. I mean, when we talk about someone like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can see he's a very comfortable person, proud to his involvement in the Biafra liberation struggle, proud to his bringing about the plight of Biafra, proud to all these attacks on him, because of course he dared to champion this veritable, successful fight for the liberation of Biafrans when the Igbo people have suffered so much, when Biafrans have been marginalized, treated like second fiddle, when we have been maimed, mocked, bombed, killed, our women raped and gang raped, when our children have suffered massively. when our youths cannot get reasonable employment, when what we see is underemployment or go onto your own, nobody cares whether you live or die. And so Mazen Namdekan stood up and said, enough is enough. And he started the struggle. He continued, took it up all the way from the UK down to Nigeria. He created all manners of media to communicate, Radio Biafra, all manners of strategies were deployed. And today, we have the USP, the United States of Biafra, with a very formidable deputy prime minister in the person of Dr. Ngozi Arabueze. Yes, because of the, Gangatuan activities, powerful activities of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he was able to pass the baton down to Simon Ekpa, all the way at Latte, Finland. Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Ekpa, a very successful sports enthusiast, a man who was in the Finland army. Of course, he left everything he was doing. He left his marriage. He left his children. He left his flourishing business. Even in the political sphere, he was in transport ministry in Latte, Finland. He left everything he was doing, and as soon as the baton was passed to him, he said, "No, the life of my people, the safety of my people, the security of my people, the well-being of Biafrans should supersede anything I want, any of my ambitions in life. When Biafra succeeds, I succeed." And so Simon Ekpa took up the gun. He took it up from where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu left it before he was incarcerated. He took it up, and of course, he created the Biafra regional government in exile. He appointed formidable people who were capable, who had what it were to function in different aspects of the liberation struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, it's to the credit of Simon Ekpa, our powerful prime minister, that Dr. Ngozi Arabueze, the deputy prime minister, former chief of staff, was able to declare and redeclare the United States of Biafra. Yes, in Latte, Finland, 2nd December 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't make a move, you can't achieve everything. No venture, no success. There must be people. There are people. People must come out and sacrifice it all. So I tell people of Benue, I tell people of Plateau State, this will continue. These killings every other day, Fulani jihadists, Lakarawa people, the Boko Haram people, every other day, they're mounting serious campaigns, killing, maiming, destroying communities. And nothing happens because, of course, the government is helpless. The same government who arrests these people will eventually free them, rehabilitate them, pay them money, and tell them, look, make a choice. You want to join our military? You want to join our policing? You want to join our Air Force base? Since you know how to handle the AK-47, since you can throw bombs, since you know about bomb making, come on, join us. But nobody compensates the family who lost their dear ones. Today, it is in Jos. Yesterday, it's in Benue. Day before yesterday, it was in Southern Kaduna. How long would this take before these people decide to emancipate themselves? Freedom is never given. You must fight for freedom. Like the Biafrans are fighting now. The Biafrans are fighting now. You must fight for freedom. So my advice to people of Middle Belt, to Plateau State, Benue State, and all these people who are daily being bombarded by wicked attacks from Fulani jihadis, from Boko Haram, from the Lakarawa, please encourage your people. Get your own Simon Ekpa, get your own Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, get them to fight vigorously for the liberation of your people. Yes, it's about time that people take their lives in their hand. It's about time people secure their lives themselves. One of your prominent leaders, General Theophilus Danjuma, a general for that matter, a veteran army, veteran soldier, He has encouraged his people. Say, listen, the way this thing is going is no longer a campaign by mouth. Don't come and no, we want peace to reign. We are sorry. This is not fair. But he said, enough of talking. Arm yourselves. Get out on the street. Defend yourself. If somebody comes with an AK-47, what are you doing coming to him with ordinary hands or carrying broom? What will broom achieve? Carrying a piece of wood with a man who is carrying a gun? My people, he said, learn to defend yourselves. We're tired of every day in the newspapers, all over the mass media, gory details of how Fulani jihadists are deleting, unaliving, maiming, destroying communities, farm products. Now tomato is scarce. How many people are farming again in Jos? Tomato is scarce. Potato is scarce. Your yams are scarce. Because, of course, the Fulani jihadists are attacking farmers everywhere where these foodstuffs are coming from. And the government, of course, as usual, looks the other way. And all we hear is rhetorics, governors' rhetorics, senators' rhetorics, the zoo government rhetorics, every other place. It's about time. And I encourage, this Plateau youth movement, get your own. Get your own. If you really feel that enough is enough, say it. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. That is the only solution. And that is why the USB is a very different organization. The United States of Biafra are different people because we not only say it, we don't just talk it, we don't just cry for liberation, we anchor, we put our money where our mouth is. We talk the talk and we walk the walk. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a clarion call. This is a clarion call for the Plateau people, for people in Benue, for people who are attacked daily by Fulani jihadists. Take your options in your hand. Inspire your people. Make somebody make sacrifice and say, look, come as a group and say, enough is enough. We no longer want this. I mean, how can people who have been amalgamated since 1914, that was 100 years in 2014, 100 and several years now, what have they achieved? What have they achieved? When the amalgamation is not working, when it is obvious that this entity has become comprised of forced different nationalities, people of different cultures, people of different religion, people of different aspirations in life, go-getters, non-go-getters, no future ambitions, NFAs, those who have ambitions and those who have no future ambition, people who believe that they are born to rule, they are born to take oils, they are born to dwell on oils that come from other lands, that are meant to eat from produce that come from other states or other regions, but they have nothing to offer. And back to back, they've been in power since independence. Back to back, either as military, as a civilian, it has been the Fulani, the Hausa, the Fulani, the Hausa. I think it's about time we told ourselves the truth. This country called Nigeria, which our prolific writer, late prolific writer, and former USB ambassador, Biafran ambassador, Professor Chinua Achebe described as there was a country. There was a country. It's about time everybody realized that indeed there was a country, but now you create your own. The Biafrans have gotten their USB. What is keeping Plateau State? What is keeping Niger Deltas? Sit up and fight for your right. Stand up and fight for your right. These killings must stop. It's not every day you come to news, the mass media, news media, social media, and you're reading gory details. Our children are devastated, traumatized by the kind of rubbish news they hear. Fulani jihadists in the 21st century. Is that normal? It's not normal. That's a complete aberration. Talking about the Fulani jihadists in this 21st century, in 2025, is a complete aberration. It shows, are they taking us back to the medieval times? Back millions of years? That's really a terrible one. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is the Biafra Superstars Media. Yes, this is Biafra Golden Child. We're talking about what is happening, yes, to our brethren, to people, to human beings. Because, of course, we know injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. We align with Martin Luther King. But when you fail to act, because somebody else, is undergoing, a pain, is undergoing an injustice, is undergoing a terrible situation, of course, you are almost at the same level as the person inflicting the source, engendering that wickedness, that injustice, or that atrocity. Ladies and gentlemen, I once again make this as a clarion call to people of the Niger Delta, to Plateau, to Benue, to Southern Kaduna. It's about time you rally around. Get your own Simon Epa, get your own NNAMDI KANU, get your own Dr. Ngozi Arabueze, like the USB, and free yourself from this wickedness, from these atrocities that have become a daily occurrence in your states. Let me punctuate it here. We have more to talk about. I wish the Plateau people well. My condolences to those who have been butchered again. My condolences to those who have been annihilated again. My condolences to those, to farmers, to Christians who have become, targets for wicked, atrocious, hopeless Fulani jihadists. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to pause it here. Before I go, just a quick word. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial is resuming tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage everybody to continue to pray for him. Let us pray. The odds fit us. This is the right moment. This is our chance. The odds favor Biafra. Let us not relent. Let us be committed. No going back. No going back. It has to be forward ever, backward never. We are happy with what is happening in Finland over our own indefatigable Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. We're happy the whole world is watching. We're watching Nigeria, watching Finland, and we know at the end something good is going to happen. God bless you all, and I'm looking forward to another audio with you. Keep bringing your feedbacks. Let's have your feedbacks. Let's have your comments. God bless the United States of Biafra. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Odudua, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.